time, at least for my spaces, I always say there's really no topics that I don't allow any, discussions. The only topic I kind of ask that people kind of steer away from is politics, and my only reasoning for that is just because I just really don't want to get, to see, arguments that lead to fights or any of that
Mhm.
nature. But anything else pretty much goes for me. And sometimes I make it an emphasis where, whatever you need to share, whatever you're going through, I'm here for you. We're all here for you. And it's why I was so appreciative of the women that have come on and have shared their stories, because I can't even imagine what it's like to go through all that, and then to have to come on, and talk about it. And for some people, by talking about it, it probably, uh, reignites that trauma. So it's even probably scarier for them. But I also appreciate the fact that they're so open about their past that it makes you really kind of understand where they're coming from. And, you really gain that better understanding of we as humans, and that we can come together, you know, and, in our times of need. And, to your point, yeah, when she came on, you know, it was I felt very heartfelt for her. Like I felt,
Mhm.
like I I can't imagine what it's like for her to go through all that, because, for me, that's scary. Like, she really opened up, a lot of her past, and it's really sad to hear sometimes, because you
Mhm.
never know what the other person went through throughout their life, right?
That's huge.
Um,
Yeah.
that's huge. And, I'm so appreciative of not only her, but anyone that comes on and then also shares their story, because, I think in some way, I think we can all relate. Maybe not in identical circumstances, but I think maybe through some kind of spiritual connections, I think, we can definitely relate, um, for sure.
Do you think we as humans are more similar than different?
I do. I do, because here's the thing, we may not all look alike, but it doesn't take away from the fact that, you know, we're all the same species, right? We
Mhm.
all, live in the same planet, you know. And the thing is, just because we don't look the same or we don't look similar doesn't mean we're not, you know.
Mhm.
It just, it's just who we are as people. And I'm tired of the fact that people are getting judged based off of what they look like, or, their beliefs or their ideas. Because at the end of the day, why? Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to, just because you believe a certain way doesn't you mean I have to believe that same way. We can still, be respectful of each other, and still, um, be cordial, and then, just, love each other as humans. It goes a long way if, there's more respect and there's more love within the community. And I think, um, I think in some ways, I think we're doing somewhat of a better job at it, at least from,
Mhm.
kind of my perspective. I think there's more of the, positivity. But then again, it's probably the environment I'm in. Like, I can't speak for everybody. Maybe, some other people, are in different, circumstances. But I do think we're on the right track as far as, kindness and positivity.
How much of that though is cultivated by you, like purposely, or how much of that is how Twitter is today versus a couple years ago?
um so if I break this down into, Twitter, for example, I think
Mhm.
Twitter years ago, I first came on the app in like 2015. And I came on, really thinking I would only use it for sports and to maybe talk to other fans. And then I kind of saw that the toxic base, fan
Mhm.
bases, and I was like, this isn't for me. And so I left, for years, never thinking I would ever go back. And then I think I went back in 2021, but I really wasn't active either. I was kind of just scoping and seeing how Twitter has evolved in the 6 years that I took a leave of absence.
Mhm.
And, I didn't really, it was better, but it wasn't like where I thought it would be. And so I left for 2 years, and then I came back this year in like March. And I kind of stumbled upon, positivity and like people being respectful of one another. And I thought, okay, see, this is a huge improvement from, the last time I was on
Yeah.
here.
Huge.
Huge. And I think it was great to see, because I never thought Twitter would ever evolve into, how it is now. And I think it's a huge credit to Elon because I think he really reinvented the app and, the algorithm he has used to kind of, you know, have where like if you're being respectful and you're being positive for the most part, usually you'll see the positive aspects and you won't have to really, kind of having to see the negative side of,
Yeah.
maybe, but, you know, and this is just Twitter. Like if we're talking like in real life, then it's a little bit different because I've been kind of lucky where, I've been surrounded by amazing people where I don't really have to go through so much negativity. And I think personally from my community, um, I think it's been very beneficial for me because I think it helps me continue to be, continue the message of just being kind and being
Mhm.
respectful of other people. But like I said, it's I think it's two parts. I think you have to be willing to initiate the kindness and the positivity, but also I think it really helps if you can surround yourself in communities where other people are of similar interest with you. So I think it's two separate um, ideas intertwined, but I think it can happen.
Yeah, it's kind of catch new episodes of Mental Health Mondays every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Start your week off with a smile and some inspiration.